This is Jeff Breedlove with the Georgia Council on Substance Abuse with today's the RCO, Recovery Community Organization report, talking to the leadership of RCOs across the state of Georgia during the COVID-19 pandemic. And today we're honored to be joined by Roselle Green, who is the CEO of Westside Wonders here in Atlanta. Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you for having me.
And you know, it was very special to me because when I onboarded with the Georgia Council, it was right when the series of meetings to get Westside Wonders was organizing, and I had the privilege to get to know Westside Wonders perhaps as I know better than I know any other RCO. And you welcomed me, and I just want to thank you for not only that, but for your continued leadership here in downtown Atlanta.
Well, thank you so much. And I do remember those days, and we've spent some good quality time together working on putting together that RCO, the Westside Wonders RCO. So thank you all, and thank the Georgia Council.
Well, I always, I live in Grant Park, so I always said I was the East Side ambassador to the Westside Wonders. So,
Yes.
That's a little bit of downtown Atlanta humor for those of you not from downtown. But we're joking for a minute, but what we're talking about is a very serious topic today. You know, as COVID-19 pandemic has moved through its lifespan, and we've all worked to flatten that curve. No organizations have been more on the front line outside of hospitals and doctors and nurses than those medical support entities. And we, as a recovery community, are blessed that we have a network of recovery community organizations in communities across the state encountering people with the disease of substance use disorder and what they're going through. So Roselle, I want to ask you to give us a couple of examples of the way that Westside Wonders has interacted and been of service to the people of Georgia during COVID-19.
Great. Thank you, Jeff. I'm just really glad to talk about some of the work we're doing. And, you know, obviously when we all shut down in March, we were meeting regularly and we were interacting with the community, the Westside community, and all of that just shut down, you know, in March. So we had to get pretty creative on how we could really continue to engage our community and work within the RCO. And a couple of things that we've done is that we've been able to partner with several agencies in this city like Hosea, Feed the Hungry and Homeless, and others to provide food, resources, just needed things that people in recovery and the community on the West Side need. As you know, Atlanta has been hit pretty hard by this pandemic. And of course, the people that we serve on the West Side are hit even harder. You know, and so as a result of that, just losing jobs, having access to resources and food has been an issue. So we've had about 4 different giveaways right there in the parking lot where we have our RCO currently with support from Simpson Street Church of Christ. And we've just given away items, and people in recovery in the community have shown up. We've done deliveries to cars there with volunteers from the recovery community to assist us and help us out. It's almost still practicing as much social distancing as we can, wearing our mask, you know, and our gloves. Volunteers came out. We sent out texts and people came out to help and to receive. So that has been very heartwarming for me to be able to still support our community. Now, one of the things that we've pride ourselves in on the West Side is our 12-step support. One of the great elements of our RCO. And of course, you know, all of that was shut down. And so proud to say the Westside Wonders RCO and the work that we've been able to do, we've been able to, number one, do some teaching and instructing of people who just don't know how to get on the phone. You know, we spent hours. There was one member of my home group who was agreeing to do some volunteer work, but she just wasn't able to work her phone. Well, we spent maybe 2.5 hours just showing her how to download the readings, the 12-step readings. And we left that night, I left that meeting just wondering if I had really shown her how to do it. Do you know, she called me the next day, 8 o'clock in the morning. She said, I stayed up all night, but I figured it out.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. And these stories, see, these are real stories about real people in the real world. They're not stats and facts and figures on some report in some government building somewhere. The RCOs across our state, West Side Wonders chief among them, you're saving lives. You're making a difference in lives, but especially in COVID-19.
Yeah, and it makes it because particularly with this COVID-19, I mean, it totally wiped out the way that we meet as people in recovery, from your end, my end. And like I say, we've been on a learning curve, and we don't know where this is going. We don't know how long this is going on, Jeff. So the more we can take advantage of the tools that we have, we're going to continue to do giveaways. We're going to continue to get people up to speed on being able to get on a 12-step meeting through Zoom. We're going to continue to call people and check on those. Very worried about the newcomer, who is used to coming into a meeting and now, or a RCO, and now that just doesn't exist. So we're always looking for ways to engage people, and would love to hear from some of the other RCOs, about how we're doing that.
That's what's important right there, is at heart, that servant's heart, leading with love, that happens at West Side Wonders, and it happens at RCOs across the state, and that kind of collaboration. Before we adjourn, a couple of things I want to talk about. One is, when you think about the reality that's about to hit Georgia, they're going to go in between now and July 1st. They're going to vote on the state budget. And we understand the reality of what's happened. But this is the time that we need programs like RCOs the most. Now more than ever, we're all in this together. So, when Roselle and her team, staff and volunteers are out there on the streets in downtown Atlanta, serving the community, not only does it help people immediately, if you think about it from a different point of view, it's saving money in the long run.
Right. And I agree, and we want to give a special shout out to a couple of our partners. I mentioned Hosea Feed the Hungry and Homeless. We're giving out sandwiches every day over on the West Side. Also Feed the Children, which is a national organization, which has come on board to help make sure that we're able to feed the people in our community. And West Side Wonders is just pleased to be able to partner with them as well.
Those are wonderful examples of how the recovery community is breaking the stigma and building bridges with other organizations of like-minded people. And that's a tremendous testimony right there to your leadership and the leadership of West Side Wonders. Before we go, I know that you're on social media. Tell the viewers how they can get to know West Side Wonders better and follow you on social media.
Right. Well, we have a Facebook page, West Side Wonders RCO. I update it as regularly as I can, and please go there. It is shared again on some of our partner organizations, whatever we put on there, on Another Chance of Atlanta. Feed the Children has some of our information, but go to the West Side Wonders Facebook page and you'll be able to see the things that we're doing.
And I just want to say before we go, how I just love that you are taking time out of what's obviously a busy schedule, broadcasting from the car with the mask on. I know you're going to be humble about it. I love that right there. I love that. But I know you're a humble person, but I know that what you're doing right now is some type of service work for somebody, and something is going to happen today to benefit somebody's life. So Roselle Green, West Side Wonders, a great RCO right here in the heart of the state capital, Atlanta, Georgia, on the West Side. Thank you for your time today. And as we always say, recovery is real.
Thank you so much. And I want to say a shout out real quick to Senator Donzella James, who came out this past Saturday and spent the whole day with us giving away, resources and food. Just wanted to give a shout out to her as well.
I love Senator James. She is a member of the Working Group on Addiction and Recovery. She is a true recovery champion, and what a great share. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Thank you.
All right, goodbye, everybody. Recovery is real.
Thank you.